Hey guys, Joe Tophat here. Netflix recently released another teaser for Stranger Things Season 4. I'll give you my thoughts on it like I did the last one. I'm only going to cover a few key scenes. So without further ado, let's take a look. The video starts off with a clock that reads 3. I'm sure there's some significance to it, but I don't care, so moving on. Then it cuts to the camera that's watching a bunch of little kids in hospital gowns playing. Well, they finally did it. They included the other numbers from the lab. I already have a bad feeling about this season. I'll explain why later. Next, we see some kid holding up an 8 ball reading signs point to yes. My only guess is that it's supposed to mean that Brenna is still alive, which is a bad idea, but I'll get to that later. Then it shows the numbers 356 clearly, while 478 are blocked off. This most likely relates some way to the experiments. Maybe the uncovered numbers are the ones still in the lab, while the covered ones aren't. Most likely I'm wrong, but I don't really care what it actually means, so moving on. Brenner is walking down the hall, about to enter the Rainbow Room. This is obviously meant to be a flashback, but I'm pretty sure he'll be alive in the present. He enters and says, "Good morning, children," and they reply, "Good morning, Papa." So now all the kids called him Papa? I thought only 11 did that. Whatever. He asks them how they are, and they reply good. Then he informs them he has something special planned today. Probably involves the use of their powers. While that is going on, the camera goes to a door marked 11, and we hear some heavy breathing. I guess 11 is dreading this season as much as I am. The last thing we see is Eleven's eyes and Brenda asking, "Eleven, are you listening?" This trailer pretty much confirms a lot of my fears for the upcoming season. One of them being the inclusion of the other numbers from the lab. In season 1, I always got the impression that 11 was the most successful of all the numbers. That's why Brenna gave her special attention. She never seemed like she interacted with other kids before she met the boys. Then season 2 ruined it by including 8 and showing that 11 had met her before. 8 was a terrible character because she didn't have the character depth 11 had. She was all flash and no substance. Plus, I always found it hard to believe that someone whose big superpower is to create illusions wouldn't have been killed long ago by one of the agents from the lab. I mean, think about it. Her powers only work if you don't know it's an illusion. If she made spiders appear in front of a guy like Brenner who's fully aware of her powers, he could just say cute and shoot her. The comics have introduced some more numbers from the lab, and none of them are interesting. Part of the problem with including the others is that 11 was unique on the show because she was the only one with powers. Introducing the other numbers takes away her uniqueness. Stranger Things is about ordinary people who are caught up in an extraordinary event. I'm afraid the other numbers would turn the show into a knockoff of the X-Men. Hopefully, They'll just stay part of the flashback. But I'm not holding my breath. I'm also disappointed that it looks like Brenner is coming back. I would have preferred him to stay dead, since he was attacked by a demogorgon. There is no way he could have survived that. It feels like they ran out of ideas for villains, so they're just bringing back Brenner. That's what the trailer feels like to me. The writers ran out of ideas. Do we really need to explore Eleven's past again? Season 1 covered that well. When they tried to explore it more in Season 2, they didn't add anything we didn't already know. I think that's going to be true for this season as well. To be honest, I hated Eleven so much in Season 3, I wouldn't care if she ends up back in the lab for the rest of her life. Some of you might be thinking, but Joe, aren't you being pessimistic? Season 4 could be the best one yet. There's no way that's happening, and here's why. Stranger Things was meant to be a one-season story. It told one of the best stories I've ever seen for television. It was only at the last minute that they decided to expand it to 5, and it shows. Season 2 was just Season 1 without the elements that made it work. Season 3 was better than 2, but it relied so heavily on comedy and boy bashing, it was nowhere near as good as the first. I do hope Season 4 is enjoyable, though after seeing this trailer, I have my doubts. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.